Well, here goes nothing. Let's see if this is working. If I manage my videos, I can see if there's anything even happening. Live. It is live. Digital painting, King of Hearts. The thumbnail looks like the Queen of Hearts. Well, that's because I haven't started painting yet. All right. Everything seems to be working. I'm pretty sure you can't hear the lo-fi 12 hours worth of chill beats playing in the background, but I just can't seem to get that figured out. I don't know what's going on. I have music playing. It's in my headphones. I guess you'll have to just trust me on that. But I can hear it, you can't hear it. You're not really missing much. I mean, if it was non-royalty or not licensed music, then we'd all be, Okay. Yeah, I didn't send out a message to anyone that I was streaming. This is kind of just trying out this new setup here. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my other camera so that we can get into some painting. And here we have the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts from my playing card project. I'm going to tilt this display a little bit more. Down this way, scooch it back a bit. And I'm going to start painting on this bad boy. Right. How rude. I'm doing a stream and I'm texting. I just want to see if this is working. I'm asking people to jump on YouTube to see if you can see me. And then also to see if you can hear me. Because I think seeing and hearing me is the whole idea. I'm going to try to bust out the remote. So this switch over. The new Cintiq has got this remote situation here. And if I hit a button, let me switch back over to here and see if you see that. I'll go over here and I hit a button. Oh yeah, there it is. So I could rotate, I could auto scroll and zoom, and I could change my brush size. So when I rotate this little jobber here, let's go on the screen, rotate this little, oh yeah. You see that? You see that. All right, so the King of Hearts here, this is a bit of a sketch, and this is a bunch of references that I threw together. And I'm going to go ahead and I've got a new layer here that I've created. And I think not only am I going to work on this painting, I think I might simultaneously ruin one of my children's social life because I asked him to, oh my gosh, what is that? I asked him to model for me because I just couldn't seem to find the right, okay, there's the button, and this one is option. That's the one I want. So I had a model for me and hold a fake sword and wear a goofy ass. Okay, so everything seems to be working. I got confirmation that all is well. So I had my son put a robe around his shoulders and put a goofy ass paper crown from medieval times on his head, and then hold a fake sword that I had sitting around so that I can create the King of Hearts. And the King of Hearts, as I'm sure most people know, is referred to as the Suicide King because when you look at the card, the sword he's usually holding up a sword that's going through his head. So thus the title, the Suicide King. Well, I couldn't quite find the right reference for what I want to do to match up with the character in the story. So I had him model for me, which I'll probably end up having to bring up here on the screen. And again, like I said, I'm risking destroying his social life. He probably will disown me in some fashion. So I'm actually afraid. I'm very hesitant to do this. I don't know what kind of a wrath that I'm inviting from a teenager. Actually, I don't care. Who's watching this anyway, right? I mean, it's not like I have a million people jumping in. By the way, if you are in there, the only way that I will know is if you hop onto the chat. So yeah, I don't know what kind of notifications go out there, or I'm not. It's been a while since I've streamed anything, and I thought, well, I'm gonna be hanging out and I'm gonna be painting for a little while, so why not throw it on the internet? Put some content out there. Two birds. That's the strategy. All right, let's bring in some of the. I'm gonna need a little bit because I've pretty much taken this drawing about as far as I'm gonna take it, and I'm probably wasting time because I actually changed up the entire angle of the sword. I re-referenced the hands, and let's take a look here. Yes, this is a true story. So I've got multiple chats going on right now. I've got my private chat. I mean, there's my kid in his medieval times crown again. He's going to be fired up. I know he's not watching. I know he's not watching this, so I think we're safe. Actually, I'm never going to tell him to watch this. So yeah, all those marks that I just made there are pretty irrelevant. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. And again, I wasn't really feeling the pose that I had before. I wasn't a huge fan of the lighting. There was really nothing there that I was totally stuck on or totally thrilled about. So what we're going to do here is do a little bit of some sketching over the top of this, and then I'm going to try to apply the same colors that I used in my other painting, which is the Queen of Hearts. You can see as the thumbnail of the first painting. So here's some other references that I was working with. Just kind of trying to get the aesthetic of what this character was going to be. And basically, the idea is for this, the hearts, is that they're insane. They sort of think that the king is almost like a living god, like a demigod or whatever whatever the technical term for that would be. And there is some like political stuff at play where the queen, he has like a harem of queens. There's a bunch of them. So one of the queens, I shouldn't give away the whole story, but basically they keep him kind of drugged up and keep him sort of like, in a state of almost like a zombie. They've got him on all kinds of like mind altering substances so that they can try to take power from the king. But they know they can't do that because the people of the hearts, or the people that live in that area, believe the fact that the king is a god, is a living god. So they kind of have to manipulate him to be able to accomplish what it is they're trying to accomplish. That's the gist of it. Oh, Jim Hart is here. Jim Hart, I see you in the chat. So now I know the chat works too. I appreciate the assist for you jumping on and giving me my quick tech checkup. You were the first person to respond to I sent out a few text messages to people and nobody was available. And you said, sure, I'll jump on and see that everything's working. So now I know the chat's working. This is going out there. I think the video stays up there, which is kind of cool. And I don't know if every channel can go live, or if I needed to get to a certain point with subscribers or with views or something, but I don't see a lot of YouTube live stuff. So I don't know if that means that you have to have a certain status on YouTube to be able to stream, or if people just aren't doing it. I know that Twitch was the the primary place where people would hang out and do that sort of thing. But I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to keep all my stuff on one platform because I'm not super active. It's like few and far between that I'm doing stuff like this. I don't know. Jim, do you hear music in the background, Jim? I've got like this like really low, just a sound that's playing in my headphones, but I'm pretty sure you can't hear it and you can just hear my voice because I can't seem to get my desktop audio on my computer to play through the speakers or play through YouTube. I talked to some tech people and they told me I needed like something called the NDI, like a multiple audio thing, or I don't know. I have it, but when I tried turning it on, it says that there were no NDI sources detected. Maybe I'll change the whole face of YouTube. Maybe instead of people going to YouTube to get help with things, like to have people show them how to do something, I'll go to YouTube and mess everything up and then have people, seek me out and help me that way. So instead of looking for answers, maybe I should just start asking questions on YouTube. Like, hey, how do I get my desktop audio to play through my stream? Because it works when I record, but it does not work when I stream. This is like this painting has been, I think I've made this painting 4 times and I just can't, it's the last one. Literally, it's the last one. I just cannot, I couldn't seem to get what I was trying to get with this painting. And this is like the third or fourth makeover on this thing. And I think finally I've got it. The problem is I've got to repaint the whole friggin' thing. So basically what I'm doing is just kind of putting down some areas where it's kind of like landmarks where I can figure out what I want to do, and then once I get the gist of what I want to do there, I'll shift things around and make it the way I want to make it. And hopefully I'll have a painting and I'll be done with this and my set of cards will be ready to print. I still have to paint the jokers, but that should be okay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is just create a layer. I'm going to get a little brush and I'm just going to sketch this in with I don't know if I want to use white. I think I'm going to use kind of like a neutral, warm, light-ish color. That's the technical term. A neutral, warm, light-ish color. You can go to Home Depot and find a color swatch. Paint your house. And when people come over, you can say it's the new color for 2022. Neutral, light-ish, warm color. And what that's going to do is kind of, I mean, the crown's got to go because, I'm not going to have the insane, maybe it would be kind of cool if the insane King of Hearts was wearing a paper crown and he thought he was all smooth, but we all knew better. Like, what was that story? The Emperor's new clothes. He's actually naked. Well, the good news is here too, I can cover up my kid's face and then not have to have him yell at me for putting his likeness on YouTube. I'm going to have him sign a model release. Imagine that. I'd get sued from my own kid for using him on, am I exploiting him? Oh, I'm getting a phone call here. I don't think I can answer it. Who takes a phone call during a stream? I'm just going to have to let it go to voicemail. I'll text him. I'll text him and say, yo, I'm on the internet. I'll make you famous. Let's see. I'll go ahead and text him. We'll pause. We'll pause for station identification and a word from our sponsor, which doesn't exist because we don't have a sponsor. No sponsors here. By the way, if you want to sponsor some nonsense banter about nothing while somebody paints stuff, send me a private message. I'm in the market. I'm available. Let's see. I'm gonna put streaming right now. If can't talk, can't answer. It's probably just another person telling me they were not wanting to hang out because they were busy. Everybody's busy nowadays, you know. You guys remember the old days when we were stuck inside and you had nothing to do and everybody was looking to hang out? And now we're stuck inside with nothing to do and nobody's looking to hang out? No, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm looking to hang out. I mean, I'm here right now standing in a tiny house making a painting on a Saturday night, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I have no place to comment on social what would we call it? Our social protocols? No. The ways we interact. Our social patterns. It's kind of an interesting thing. So we're getting this. We're knocking it out. I feel good. I feel like this is going to be the one. I'm super excited. I'm just going to map this thing. I'm going to map it, and then we're going to paint it, and we're going to do some blending. I mean, yeah. This project is going to be moving forward. I've only been working on this for 2 years. Maybe more. We've got a board game coming out for the project, Realm of Thraul. Check it out. Definitely check it out. I got not too many videos about it, but there's a lot of Instagram posts. There's the Realm of Thraul on Instagram, so you go ahead and like that page if you want to check out the artwork and see what's going on. I'm finding that a lot of people in the magic, magicians, card magic people, cardistry, a lot of them are following the project on Instagram. So that seems like encouraging news, because that's kind of what the project is, aimed toward, is people that are in that space. So yeah, I think I scared away my friend who was texting me when I said I was streaming. He's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. So am I coming over or what? I'll ask him. You coming by or what? You coming by or what? That's what the text. You coming by or what? That's what I'm texting. So we're hanging out here. I don't know if there's a way for me to look at like a view count or anything. Let's see. Participants. Well, I'm the only participant. So apparently, I'm throwing this out for people that maybe want to check it out and view it later. You mean people are busy on Saturday night? They have stuff to do? What? There's other things going on? You just don't want to hang out here and watch this painting happen? Got to get this hand. This is a big one too, getting the hand to look believable and expressive, and referencing the light, using your family as a model. It's good. It's a good way to do this. Haven't done a lot of it. They're not super open to the idea. They're really not open to the idea at all. I painted all my kids when they were young because when they're young, they're just sort of like, what the heck was that? Did you guys hear that? Thought I heard something. I should probably take the headphones off since you probably can't hear the music either. Or did something fall back there? I don't know. It's a problem with the live shows. So yeah, when my kids were younger, they just didn't know any better, so they let me paint them. Now it's a little bit harder to convince them that this is something I had to have this set up, and then my son was like, "Dad, I don't really have time for this. Like, what are we doing? Like, you want me to do what?" And then once we got it, he was cool. It didn't take very long. I already knew where I was going with this overall painting, so wasn't that big of a deal. All right, let's see what that looks like here. Okay, that's cool. Let's take this away. I'm gonna be moving that hand. Ooh. All right, so kind of a lot of messing around here. Let's see what I think I want to do next. Yeah, I think I want to just take out a lot of this. I'm going to go ahead and erase it. It's not a great idea. I don't recommend erasing things when you're working in this manner. The reason for that is if you decide that you want to go back to something, it's gone if you erase it. If you work with a layer mask, now that on the other hand, you can get back to it and you can, kind of decide you liked it better before. But I think most of what's going on here is going to land inside there. This is gone now because the new sword is tilted back further. Okay, the back of the head's going to go that way. At some point, I'll probably get a threatening phone call from my son telling me, "Dad, take that off the internet immediately. What are you doing?" Looks kind of cool. I think that'll work. So now, how do I want to go about this now? I think I could just kind of push I'm going to push the pixels that I have around. Hopefully this will work. Let's see. Seems fine. So we're just going to kind of push around what we already have. That would all be hair. This would all be crown. So let's get all the way out here to this underdrawing. The crown will come down a bit further, something like that. Keep hearing that noise. I think it's the music that I'm listening to. So if we bring him back here, this would all be crown, which is good because I think I had too much hair before. I didn't love that. We'll have it be more about the crown than the hair. Still gonna be bending back that way into shadow. Can probably erase some of that. Let's see, we got a message here. Yeah, somebody's on their way. So this will be a short stream. It was good to test things out. So, this is kind of how it goes down. Sometimes, you're like, well, I'll get some work done. I'll do a little streaming, and then next thing you know, you have friends. It's good to have friends. It's good to have friends. Boom, boom, boom. So maybe we'll probably have like an impromptu jam session here in the studio. I mean, after all, it is Saturday night. Hey, what's going on? Man Bargashta. I don't know what that is. The VUM.NGO. Not sure. Not sure, man. That's kind of cool. I could just call you man. Unless that's like some sort of chat lingo that I don't know about. But thanks for checking out the stream and hanging out for a brief amount of time, man. All right, so I don't know. This looks a bit like a mess, but you just have to trust the process. Trust the process. I'm going to go to merge this down because I know I don't need that. This is the line work right here. So we're going to kind of mush around some more of these pixels now that those are blended together. Bam. Bam, da da da. Boom, ba doom doom doom. The Suicide King. The Suicide King. I think I'm gonna probably opt to blend out this sword. So it's just coming out the top of his head there. Let's kind of squish this all together. Da, da, da. Again, painting here. Painting the King of Hearts from the playing card project called Realm of Thraul. Check it out on YouTube. Well, not so much YouTube. Check it out on Instagram. That's the best place to do it. Just search Realm of Thraul. It's in the comments or the title of the broadcast, actually. Thraul. It is a multi-year project that I have been working on for a long time. And there's some stories, there's books, there's going to be a board game. I'm trying to work out a deal where I can get coffee, different flavors of coffee for each of the 4 suits. But it is a world-building project that is based around a deck of traditional playing cards telling the stories of who is the King of Hearts, who is the King of Spades, what are they all about, what are their stories, what are their cultures about, how do they interact, how do they look differently, each of these different 4 societies. That's the game. That's what I've been doing for quite some time. And, it's been fun. It's been a cool project. At times I've been lost. It's been, put on hold. I didn't know where to go with certain things, just like any big undertaking when you're doing something for the first time, you might kind of get lost and you have to get help. So I hooked up with some authors, some writers that wrote some stories, got some short books, which are also, they're available on Amazon. If you want to check out the Realm of Thraul books on Amazon, you can order those up. Order yourself a copy. Reach out, let me know if you like what you've read. Trying to support the individual. The authors are writing the stories and they're kind of responsible for selling their own product, and then I have artwork to go along with it, which is kind of like what you're witnessing here happening. All right, so give this a quick save just in case some weird stuff goes down and I end up losing losing what I accomplished here. I'll save. Save the King of Hearts. Keep working on it while it's saving. I don't know if that's super smart. You're sort of tempting the gods of digital art when you do something like that. All right, I'm gonna go. Turning off the stream. Till next time. Later.